So what you've got, once again, purchase price of $5 million, term of ownership 5 years, selling price of $4 million, monthly rent of $50,000, net of expenses, and then solve for your whatever your return.
So how would I put in words the answer where I got that $5.74?
That's the equivalent.
It's the equivalent.
So that's okay.
But what he's saying is you have to know if it's monthly or annual, whatever, but you need to maybe multiply it by 12.
Okay, here we go. Your final quiz. Some of you could be done after tonight with respect to the quizzes. Now, we do have one more thing. I'm going to go ahead and pass the quiz. Well, no, I'm not. We're going to talk about the other little piece that we've got two more little things that you need to be aware of. First of all, we have a guest speaker coming in not next week, but on the week of the final exam. So you are required to be here for the guest speaker, regardless of whether you're taking the final or not. Okay? And that's on October the 11th. And the speaker will be at the beginning of class. He's actually a really good speaker. He's an alumni of the program and has a great lecture on kind of his start in the real estate business with regard to investing. And has, I mean, every year, I mean, you know, the folks, whenever he comes in, they absolutely, you know, love to hear him speak and talk about, and he works for a bank, or did, I think he still does, and talks about like a number of residential properties that he's acquired over the years, and it's been great. So, okay, now, but next week we have your presentations on your spreadsheets. So we need to talk about this. It's not a complicated assignment, okay? Here is what you're being asked to do. That's why I didn't give you a lot of lead time on it, because you don't need a lot of lead time on it. What I want you to do is I want you to find a property that is currently for sale, a commercial property. Now, commercial could be apartments, could be, you know, anything for rent, I guess is what I'm saying, okay? Not single-family residential unless it's for rent, all right? Now, where do you find these properties that are for sale? Whether you want to use LoopNet, you want to use, you know, some other source, I don't care, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to prepare your own pro forma statements for this project, and ideally I want there to be a construction piece or a renovation piece to the property that you can make up. The idea is simple, and that is you should go out, find a property that's for sale. Obviously there's going to be the details about the property with regard to, you know, the purchase price or the asking price on the property, what the rental rate is. Most commercial listings are going to have, here is what the net operating income is, here is, you know, the cap rate that's been applied, here's, you know, the number of square feet, all that sort of thing. Now, in my perfect world of worlds, what I would encourage you to do is to find a property that is for sale, and the idea is for you to reposition it in terms of some renovations, okay? Doesn't have to be anything, I'm not even asking for you to really even detail what those renovations are. I'm looking more for the financial piece, okay? So that you're saying, I'm acquiring this property for X number of dollars per square foot, I'm gonna put X number of dollars per square foot in it, here's gonna be my total acquisition cost, here's what I anticipate renting it for, and here is ultimately, you know, what the property is going to be worth, using basically the spreadsheets that you created today. Does that make sense? Okay, now, what other sort of quote-unquote bells and whistles that you want to incorporate into your analysis is great. The idea behind this assignment is very simple, and that is to force you to take a look at actual properties that are available for sale and go through this very basic sort of kind of feasibility analysis to see, it's almost kind of like a sniff test to see whether or not it would actually make sense in any meaning of the word to actually purchase this property. Because chances are what you will find is a lot of them probably aren't going to make any sense. That's okay. That's not the objective of the assignment, to make it make sense. I mean, in the sense, or make it feasible. If anything, I would actually prefer that you find projects that are grossly overpriced and have no chance of success, just so that you fundamentally go through the analysis and prove that. Okay, does that make sense? Does everybody understand? Now, all you have to prepare are a couple of PowerPoint slides to kind of, here's the project, here are the details about it, and here are my couple of spreadsheets, so my construction spreadsheet, and with my draws that I'm anticipating, and here's my overall loan in the property, and my cash flow for the property for the next 5 years. And then be able to kind of walk us through it. And probably no more than a 10-minute presentation. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Very simple. Don't overcomplicate it, okay? All right? It's an easy 10% of your grade, okay? If you don't do it, you don't get any credit, okay? So it's the whole thing, pretty much if you do it, I'm not saying you're gonna get full credit, but you're gonna get pretty close to full credit, okay? All right? So don't not do it, okay? Double negative. All right, now, so that's due next week, okay? And we're gonna start those at the beginning of class. After we finish those, if you have taken a look at our little syllabus, after we're done with those, then we have test number 3, which covers obviously the material from tonight, and then the quiz from last week. And so that'll be kind of the last little piece of class next week. Then the following week is the optional comprehensive final, which will take place after the guest speaker, okay? Now, the other thing to sort of point out here is some of you could be very well done after tonight, with respect to the quizzes, and then all you gotta do is come and do your little presentation, and then you don't have to worry about the test number 3 and the final exam. Others of you that haven't done as well, yeah, you're probably still gonna be on the hook to do test 3 and potentially the comprehensive final. So, is that all very clear?
You said for the speaker, like how many
I would say
hours?
probably an hour-ish,
Okay.
roughly, hour and a half, okay? All right, let's take this little quiz and be done. And once you turn in the quiz for tonight, I can obviously tell you where you stand right now with what grades you've got, and then you can make your decisions about what you need to do with regard to